Shalawam, shalawam. Shalawam, shalawam. Share it live out real quick. And we'll begin the lesson in about a minute. First and foremost, I want to say Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. Halalyam la Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Wakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yaram Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. That's the names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, according to Matthew 28:18 and 19, Proverbs 30:4, Matthew 1:21. All right. Exodus 3:14 and 15. Okay, those are the correct names. In the Paleo Hebrew, the Lashawan Kadash, which we believe in via faith. All right. And this lesson will be entitled Immature and Insecure Generation. I was just in a live, and then, just listening in the comment board with a lot of individuals that are very immature and insecure. Okay, you had Debunking the Hebrew Israelites in there. You had Big Yasharahla, Lorenzo, this guy, very egotistical. You had Mr. Green, a known scoffer. You had G. Will, who a Torah-only individual. You had all these type of individuals that were all joined together, right? Spewing out just wicked doctrine, okay? No understanding and no true, really edification coming out. As you can see, they still live right now, right? You got all these guys in here. And none of them have hold on the truth. So what's really spewing out of their mouth is just insecurities. They're immature, the way that they talk, the way that they carry themselves. Okay? It's no confidence. None of them have the mysteries of the kingdom. Now I want to start with that. All right, let's go to Matthew 13th chapter and start at verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Right? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So this is the thing with brothers and sisters, man. The more you grow in this thing, the more you come to realize that this is not for everybody, right? That's what you should really understand on day one. It's not for everybody. You don't supposed to give this out to everybody. You're supposed to teach, stand as a light. Now those that are drawn by Yahawah will cleave onto this information and this knowledge. But if they're not drawn by Yahawah, then they're not. Therefore, it's not given unto them to get the mysteries of the kingdom. So they cannot understand the parables which our king spoke in. They can't understand because it's not for them. Okay? We'll get that for you out. And I'm going to actually start at 11. Matthew 11 and 11 going downward. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist, which we understand is Elijah, which understanding today is Albert Bivens, who is already in the spiritual world. So it's that same soul. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Right? So even you 2/3, you will be greater than John the Baptist in that sense of you having that everlasting body. Okay? In the kingdom of heaven. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. Now that goes through unalive, and that goes through many wicked doctrines of devils that go forth. Because really it's blasphemy, and it's, it's harmful to a brother to teach him something that's harmful to him. All right? If you teach a brother a lie and he goes forth and lives that lie, then he is what? He is drawing himself closer to judgment, to being unalived by going after wicked doctrines. You telling him he can eat pork, so he's going forth to do that. You basically committed, unaliving on your brother. All right? You didn't correct him. So you put him on a path for destruction. 13, for all the prophets and the law prophesied of John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elijah, which was for to come. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. So we're not dealing with everybody. Everybody's ears are not open. Everybody doesn't have the eyes to see. That's why we allow the blind to lead the blind. Right? We don't have to deal with you. Yeah, we don't have to deal with you, man. If we can recognize through the Spirit that you're not getting it, then we're going to what? Dust off our feet and keep it moving. This is Matthew 15. And I'm going to start at the top, man. We're going to get all of this. Then came to Yahawashi. I'm going to bring this down a little bit just to make it easier on my arms. Then came to Yahawashi scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of power by your tradition? For power commandeth, saying, honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have you made the commandment of power of none effect by your tradition. These men, they move in ways, as the brother said, they might as well be calling on Yahuwah or Yehuda, because they move in ways that are not agreeable to what Yahawashi taught. They move in ways that Yahawashi despises, that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi dislikes. He looks at those as abominations. Okay? Out of order. Such men have women on the comment boards in authority positions. You let women in your church that are raised up to authority positions that can have rule over men. Okay, all those brothers are guilty of that, all right, especially debunking the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so the way that you move is worldly. It's not correct to the doctrine. It's not correct to the scriptures, right? It's many charges we could bring up on these guys. So you destroy the tradition. Verse 6. Actually, verse 7 we was at. Ye hypocrites, well did Elijah prophesy of you, saying, this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, so you show a zeal, but not according to knowledge, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. This is why brothers and sisters got to have discernment to see through these individuals. You may go back to this live. Let's go back to it. Right? Just listen.
Listen to Romans 9 again.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to let nobody talk. I got a big voice.
You just ran it.
Now, you believe that that's how it's supposed to be handled? That's order? Right? That's straight up confusion, man. You want to be in that live? These are the men that you follow. Look, I don't even have this recorded. I can just go and we can just listen.
Only, but also of the Gentiles. 25, as he also saith in Hosea, I will call them my people.
Are you going to allow me to
which
respond?
were not my people?
Origin don't give
was not beloved. So we see, folks, don't let anybody fool you. We see who in Hosea was called not my people. It was not everybody in the world.
So
it was not everybody in the world.
100% insecure, immature, talking over another man. Scriptures talk about not interrupting a man in the midst of his speech. Okay? We are moving towards, man, actually, when you come into this truth, man, you better move with a civilized character about you. Not no NIGGA type spirit. You have to have rule over your spirit. If you move unorganized, chaos, then that's going to jump back into your ways. That's going to jump back into your, hey, if you out here teaching and you're just chaotic in your teachings, you're not organized, then I bet you your house is dirty. I bet you your woman is not in order. I bet you your kids are not in order. You don't rule shit in your house. It shows through the way that you carry yourself. Okay? And you know that. This is why the scriptures talk about, let's get it, man. You got to have a rule over your house first before you even deal with the house of power. This is 1 Timothy 3:5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of power? If you cannot maintain your woman and your kids, then you better not start teaching and preaching, because you're going to bring that chaotic characteristic that you have into this ministry. You're going to bring that disruption into this ministry. That right there, your kids and your wife. For brothers that have kids and wife, a house, right? That's your challenge. And if you do not, then your own temple, your house, that's the first thing you got to rule over. Your temple. You can't control eating Reese's Pieces, Oreos, Kit Kat bars, these type of things. You just got to have them, right? You can't control these, but you think you about to go and rule over the house of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi? No, man. You have to show self-control. Okay? This is what is not shown with these guys.
Go to the blue letter for Kenzai. Do you want me to go to the blue letter for Kenzai so you can look stupid?
I asked you, how do you
Do
know
you
that
want me to
Caleb
go to
right
the
there
blue letter
is the
for
same
Kenzai
one
so
that
you can
was
look
that was with Joshua?
Is it when I pull up Kenzai in the blue letter, is it going to say Israelite?
I said, how do you know
say Canaanite, or is it
this
going to say
Caleb
Edomite?
individual?
Anyway, that dude doesn't understand. His whole doctrine was trying to say a bunch of Canaanites is Israelites, but he doesn't understand the history. He doesn't understand what's actually taking place, trying to say that Caleb was a Canaanite, basically, right? So that goes back to order and understanding and getting the proper breakdowns. How are your study skills? Can you take in information? Or are you blind to the information, as the brother quoted, man? Do you got the ears to hear? Or are you blind? You can hear these precepts 100% of the day and not understand any of it, because Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi did not draw you. He has blocked you. The scriptures are to you as a stumbling block. Right? So let's keep going. And those are novices. That goes to my next scripture. Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. You get a little congregation, you get a little bit of guys following you, you get lifted up in pride. You don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to handle what comes with it. You don't know how to block women that try to jump in your DMs and talk to you. You don't know how to handle these type of things. So you're falling at every challenge that comes your way. All right? You have to rule over your spirit. Stop being so damn immature and insecure. Allow a man to talk. Allow a man to speak. Listen to everything he says. Let him jump in the ditch. Let him build the ditch and then cut him with scriptures. This is what we do. Wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Okay? Then when we strike and we get that unaliving blow. Right? To the point where he can't return. We're not playing around. We're sharp swordsmen. If your sword game is not on par, then you need to start building it up. Okay? I'll get that for you. This is 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto power, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you're not ashamed with your swordsmanship. You know that you can handle these Christians. You know that you can handle these individuals. Okay? You're ready for the battle. Don't go to war with me if you ain't suited up. You ain't got the armor on. You ain't got the helmet of salvation, the shield of faith, right? The breastplate of righteousness. You ain't got your sword. You got to come to the battle correct. But before you go off to war, you got to make sure your house is good. So while you away, your wife ain't messing with everybody, right? That goes back to controlling your house. You can't be out on the battlefield and lackadaisical, whatever. I've been trying to say that word. I can't get it. But lollygagging, okay? To the point where we pull into a stop. You know, we take a break and we pull into a bar and a female comes up to you and she's offering you, some services. But really, deep down, she's a spy. So she gets you in the bedroom and boom, the enemy comes in and unalives you. But you couldn't see that because your mind wasn't focused on the battle. You have to be focused on the battle. You have to rule over your spirit. You cannot be immature and insecure. As they say in the world, you can't be green. This is why you have to take some time. Let's get Hebrews 5:12. Because this is a life or death thing, man. For the time ye ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of power, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Okay? So you got to get that understanding first. You got to get those breakdowns first. You got to get the proper way of doing things. You walk into other men's labors. Did you know that? So wouldn't it be wise for you to understand how these men labored? For you to understand how these things are supposed to go? How these things are supposed to take place? But no, you just want to come out here and just walk into it without any understanding of how to do the job. This is John 4:38. I sent you to reap that whereon ye bestowed no labor. Other men labored, and ye are entered into their labors. So, therefore, we doing exactly what the elders did when they first came up. You don't think the elders was at 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years? You think the elders just came into this thing 30 years, 40 years? No. They were down here in our positions before. How do you think that they acted? You think Elder Apostle Tahar was bucking up against King Masha? Do you believe that? Is that what you thinking over here? Okay, you think he was bucking up against High Priest Ariyah? Okay, men that he was under? No, they were moving in order. They were moving with understanding. They were getting the proper breakdowns. They were getting that sincere milk. They were not moving immature and insecure. They were moving with a studious attitude about them. I'm about to study. I'm about to get this correct understanding. Right? I'm about to trust, but verify. This is how we must be. Therefore, we can bring out lessons. Therefore, Yahawashi will sup with us and deal with us. So don't be, man, let's get the word yes man. What is a yes man? Because I believe individuals get caught up being a damn yes man, and you forget that you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Bro, my salvation is not tied to your salvation. Just because I teach a lesson and you was in it, you was dropping precepts, etc., that doesn't mean you're going to go up into a chariot with me. No, you got to do your own works. Just because the brother Abaniah taught a great lesson, you was in there, doesn't mean you're good. None of us are good. Okay? You have to know this stuff as well and how to teach it. At least to your family. At least to your family. Okay? A yes man. A person, especially a man, who agrees with everything that someone says. A person who supports the opinions or ideas of someone else in order to earn that person's approval. A corporate yes man. Okay? So you do not want to be a yes man. Because what if a brother goes off? Yeah, bro. Yeah, we can eat that. We can do that. Yeah, bro. Right? No. You have to trust but verify. Iron sharpens iron. At the end of the day. Okay? What's your name? You said your name is I don't know you. How did I lead with Hate? What did I say? Okay? Don't come in here with false accusations, dude. All right? Now, if you need an understanding on the doctrine, then ask that. Once again, this lesson is about not being immature and insecure. All right? You're coming in here being immature, not understanding the entire matter. I'm going to get one for you. I broke this down yesterday. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter. And to the person, which one did Jamaicans come from? Jamaicans are the tribe of Benjamin. Jamaicans and Trinidadians. All right, as you can see up here, West Indians. Those are the tribe of Benjamin. All right, now to the person, I don't know you. I'm going to just call you 9. It's Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of power, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. You don't consider that you do evil. You don't understand the doctrine. You still calling on Christ when the name is Hamashiach. We don't worship Serapis Christos. We don't worship Jesus Christ, that earth pig. Okay? But you haven't been broken down the correct understanding. You're not diligent to go into the names. You're not diligent to go into the understanding of what a Gentile is in the New Testament. You don't know about the diaspora, how our people were scattered, separated into different lands. Therefore, they believed they were Corinthians, Philippians, Ephesians, Galatians. Okay? If you knew these things, then you would shut up. Honestly. Because you're embarrassing yourself. All right? Hey, the brother Tay. Hey, man, I'm glad you in here. Now, what you said in that other live, you said that Gentiles can be saved as well. Now, understanding this, that Gentiles spoke of that Paul was supposed to go to are indeed Israelites. What was Paul? He was an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin. He will tell you that. Let's go get that. This is Romans 11:1. I say then, have power cast away his people? Yahawah forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. Yahawah hath not cast away his people which he foreknew. Wot ye not what the scripture saith of Elijah? Now he maketh intercession to power against Israel, saying, Master, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of power unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. So Yahawah has not turned away from us. He did not put us away in that sense of where he just going to leave us to be unalived among these heathen. No. Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi is with us. He always preserved a remnant of people, a group of individuals of people. Okay? Now, verse 5. Even so then, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But it is be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. As we were talking about earlier, ears to hear, eyes to see. We let the blind lead the blind. Now, on the subject of Gentiles, let's go get that. Let's go to Galatians. Hey, where the brother Kakama at, man? Let's go to Galatians, the 3rd chapter. And let's go downward. Matter of fact, 3:28. And let's start at 16. And Tay, you still in here? You good? Let me see. Yeah, the brother's still in here. All right. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Hamashiach. Okay, now, what was the chosen seed? Tay, I asked you that question. What was the chosen seed from Abraham? If you still in here and you really want this breakdown, what was the chosen seed? Because you was speaking on that on the other live. So I'm asking you this. If you speak on something, you should have an understanding of it. Otherwise, you're just talking out the side of your neck. Now, what was the chosen seed that came from Abraham? Do you know? If you don't know, you can just say, I don't know. You put IDK. You can put, I don't know. At least respond, man. You a grown-ass man. Okay? You acting like a boy today. All right, anyway. Abraham, according to the Bible, had 8 sons. These include Ishmael, born to Hagar, and Isaac, born to Sarah, his wife. Additionally, after Sarah's death, Abraham married Keturah and had 6 more sons. Now, what was the chosen seed? I'll answer the question since the brother can't answer the question. Because you was talking. This is the thing with you Christians, man. Y'all talk a lot, but y'all don't do anything. Just a whole lot of smoke, no fire. All right? Isaac was the chosen seed. Okay? Now, who was born first? Ishmael. But according to the way that we did things, the inheritance is supposed to go to the firstborn son, right? Understanding that? Well, Isaac was treated as the firstborn son. It actually says, Isaac, thy firstborn. This was the chosen. This was the lineage that Yahawah was going to deal with. Okay? At the end of the day. So Ishmael, basically, the Ishmaelites, which you know is the people that in Dubai, all right, so-called Arabians, okay, these guys, all right, they are blessed, but they will not receive salvation. In the kingdom, they will be what? They will be servants and slaves, man. Okay? Hey, that's what I just said. Live yours. I said Ishmael is older than Isaac. Ishmael was the firstborn, but he was not treated as the firstborn because Isaac was the chosen seed. Understanding that, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, is picky. He has things set up for a way to be how they supposed to be. Go back to, we gonna go down the line. Jacob and Esau. Esau was the firstborn, but Jacob was the chosen. Do you understand that? Right? So it's how Yahawah wanted it to be. These certain prophecies was already made. So going back to Galatians 3:16, because we said Abraham had 8 sons. Now to Abraham and his seed. That's singular. Okay? Live yours. That's not how it was, though. You right now, you're telling the Most High he could have did something the way you wanted it to be done. Yahawah don't care what you want be done, dude. He don't care how you want the story to go. Your opinion does not matter at all. Do you understand that? It's best that you just hush. It's like, well, yo, when the clay is trying to tell the potter how to shape the clay. Come on, bro. Okay? When you say the Bible got the story wrong, that's when you get blocked and muted. Why you in here with us? Okay? We ain't with that shit. Let's go. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Hamashiach. So, wait a minute. Abraham had Hamashiach. We understand through regeneration, Isaac is Yahawashi. Adam is Yahawashi. Melchizedek is Yahawashi. Solomon is Yahawashi. Okay? But once again, that's ears to hear. You have to have the ears to hear. All right? Hey, man, shut up. 10%. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let me put my charger up, man. Yo, y'all better not clown me, man. Verse 17. Verse 17. I gotta charge my phone. Always, man. Always. Hey, man, I just got up about 2 hours ago. I ain't, it all's good. It's all good. And this I say that the covenant that was confirmed before of power in Hamashiach, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more of promise, but power gave it to Abraham by promise. Wherefore, then serveth the law, it was added because of transgressions, till the seed should come to whom the promise was made, and it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator. So basically, the law comes because of people that sin. Okay? The law is for a sinful individual. That's why the law is here. It's added by transgressions. If we didn't sin, then it wouldn't be no need for the law because we would all naturally do right. Right? And that's the purpose of these everlasting bodies, which we are about to walk into. We're just going to naturally do right. It's going to be in our nature. Right? Now, we're going to have to teach the law because the law endureth forever. We're going to have to teach the law to these heathen nations, these Gentile nations, right? Which are just other nations that are not Israel, to stay on topic. Okay? So if you understand, Tay, if you're even still in here, you're not even answering and responding, I don't know. But regardless, to the comment board, we were what? We were Hellenized. We were made to be like Gentiles. This is where you got, as I said earlier, Romans, we were in the land of Rome. Corinthians, we were in the land of Corinth. Galatians, we was in the land of Galatia. Ephesians, we was in the land of Ephesus. Philippians, in the land of Philippi. Colossians, in the land of, Colossia or something like that. I don't know that one. Thessalonians, in the land of Thessalonica. Okay? So we were in these lands. We were in these lands. We were as Gentiles, growing up in their customs. Tay, he not in here. He was talking shit in the other live, and I told him I was about to go live, and I'll break it down. That's the only reason I'm going into the subject. But he doesn't want to learn. He's not sincere. Okay? He's a very high-minded individual, man. So you don't even got to address him. All right? But back to it. So we were scattered abroad. We were scattered in these different lands. As Deuteronomy 28 and 68 tells you that we will be scattered. Deuteronomy 28, 63, 64 tells us we will be scattered in these different lands and we will worship false gods. Okay? So our people grew up worshiping false gods. So we were in a Gentile mindset. The same way that we were today. Growing up as Americans, or whatever we grew up as, African American, Jamaican, Trinidadian, Haitian, Puerto Rican. These are not our names. These are bywords according to Deuteronomy 28 and 30. So we grew up in these ways, believing we were these things, and kept carrying on in the customs that were taught to us by the colonizer. All right. Verse 20. Now a mediator is not a mediator of one, but power is one. Is the law then against the promises of power? Yahawah forbid. For if there have been a law given which could have given life, verily righteousness should have been by the law. But the law does not give life. The law actually equals death, because we can't keep the law 100%. Therefore, Yahawashi had to come and be that sacrifice. So for you individuals that want to keep the law, 100%, you're dying in the law. You will die in the law. Okay? Because you can't keep the law 100%. All right? But the scripture have concluded all under sin that the promise by faith of Hamashiach, all right, Yahawashi Hamashiach, might be given to them that believe. Now, who is that talking about? It's talking to Israelites. That's who it was always talking to. Who did Yahawashi come for? Let's go to Matthew 1 and 21. You cannot change things just because you're in a different part of the book. When you read a certain part of the book, this is the thing with you people. You do not have comprehension skills. Okay? You read chapter 1. You read chapter 2. Now you in chapter 7. And you trying to change what happened in chapter 1 and chapter 2. It does not change, dude. Okay? Who did Yahawashi come for? At the end of the day. Matthew 1 and 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahawashi, for he shall save his people from their sins. These other heathen nations, they can't even sin. They were never given the law. So how you going to save some people from something that they never had knowledge of? That's actually mean. That's evil. You trying to tell somebody to correct themselves, and they've never known the knowledge to even do this, right? I'm going to get the brother precepts, then we're going to go back to Galatians. This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. What did a lot of us worship? Jesus Christ. What did a lot of us worship, man? You got a lot of our people worshiping Allah. Okay? Easter, that's false gods. You're worshiping a bunny. You're worshiping Christmas, Santa Claus. Okay? Valentine's Day, Cupid. These are all false gods. Do you understand that? All right? You are giving away to dumb idols, things that cannot save you. Okay? Valentine's Day, Cupid ain't gonna save you, bro. Cupid is not gonna save you. And if your woman mad that you ain't get her nothing for Valentine's Day, she's a wicked ass individual. Okay? Ephesians 2:11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision, by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh, made by hands, that at that time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without power in the world. So you came up as a Roman, you believe you was a Roman, you were moving like a Roman. That was your way, that was your nature. Okay? 1 second. So you gotta get a full understanding of these scriptures. Let's get Joel. That's a good one. Joel 2:27. And ye know, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahawah, your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. But once again, you want to change chapter 1 because you in chapter 8. And your comprehension skills are poor. So you're trying to change what the beginning of the book said to hopefully meet a different end. No, the end still at the end of the day is Isaiah 14. All right, 2 and 3. These heathen nations going into slavery. So how is all nations saved? Right? So let's go back to Galatians. You gotta have understanding, man. You can't just go forth and make up shit. And once again, you don't got the ears to hear. You're gonna be like Tay. You're gonna come over here, you're gonna listen, and then you're gonna leave. Because you already got in your mind a high-minded standpoint of the way that you want to think, predetermined. Yahawah's not pulling that individual. Okay? So therefore, I dust off my feet with that individual. All right. Now, where was we at? Verse 23. But before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith, which should afterwards be revealed. Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Hamashiach, that we might be justified by faith. It was hints, definitely in the Old Testament. What did Samuel say to Saul? It is better to obey than sacrifice. So basically, it's better to keep the faith than sacrifice goats and lambs, man. Okay? So faith was always there. All right? But some people got so caught up on the law. Law this, law that. Where there was just, it's a technical mindset to think in. All right? And that's what they got caught up on. That's why you got individuals today. Where your fringes at, Ak? Where your fringes? You know, it's the Sabbath, man. You ain't supposed to go to work. You need to call off. All right? We in captivity, though, bro. Unless you gonna pay me for my day's work, you need to shut up. Okay? It needs to be over righteous, man. But after that faith has come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. For ye are all the children of power by faith in Hamashiach Yahawashi. Now, who is that all referring to? Israel. Go back to Joel. What I say? Go back to the first chapter. It's not going to change. Go back to the first chapter, and then we'll go back to chapter 7. Right? You're trying to change the book. Let's read it one more time. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahawah your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. How can you change that But you see that shut up. Okay? For ye are all. Who is he the power of? Israel and none else. So how can you change it? You are a hypocrite. You are a wicked individual. And Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi will destroy you for twisting the word. For ye are all the children of power by faith in Hamashiach Yahawashi. For as many of you as have been baptized in Hamashiach have put on Hamashiach. There is neither Jew nor Greek. It wasn't just Jews and Greeks on the planet. Once again, it was Romans, it was Corinthians, it was Galatians, it was Ephesians, it was Philippians, it was Colossians, it was Thessalonians, right? But these are all Israelites. We were scattered into these lands. So when it says it's neither Jew nor Greek, it's talking about Israelites. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Hamashiach Yahawashi. And if you be Hamashiachs, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Now, what is that promise? Let's go to Romans 9, 3 and 4. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my brothers and sisters, my kinsmen. What's your kin? According to the flesh, according to blood. Who are, what? What are they? Israelites. Regardless if you Jew or Greek. All right? You are my kinsmen according to the flesh. You are an Israelite. If you are Negro, Latino, Native American, all right, a speckled bird scattered in these lands, you are an Israelite. If your bloodline goes back to Jacob, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants, and pertaineth means to own. This is what you're supposed to keep. And the giving of the law and the service of power and the promises. All right, at the end of the day. So back to the topic of don't be immature and insecure. Tay, we asked Tay countless times to speak. He's very immature. He's very insecure. He does not have confidence in these scriptures. He doesn't have a full understanding. Hey, bro, that's what Yahuwah teach. That's what Yahuwah, that's the power of Yahuwah. All right? Yeah, we gonna mock you and clown you, dude. Because you're serving a false God. All right? At the end of the day, anybody that's serving a false God, you will be destroyed. You need to come out of that bullshit. You have countless times, countless opportunities to repent. We've dealt with you before. All right? So therefore, hey, you don't want to get it? We dust off our feet. We keep moving. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi said, that city that didn't want to get it, it would be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah. And all of them perished. So how much more for you? You're going to feel unaliving by pain. All right? Pain after unaliving. That's what you're going to feel. Because you wanted to mess with Yahuwah and you didn't believe in Yahawah. Bahasham Yahawashi. All right? Sorry, man. With that being said, pretty much wrapping it up. You know, we're not immature. We're not insecure. We do things in order. Let me see if this goofy live is still going on.
Okay, so
yeah.
So it was something already.
They still over there.
Correct.
What?
Thou shalt not unalive for TikTok's sake. That's in the 10 Commandments, right?
So what? Yeah.
Okay, then. So can we make an argument that the
So
Torah
what? Yeah.
was established beforehand?
You can try. What God said. You can try. You can try to make an argument, but we will have to see the rest of the Sabbath day. The knowledge of good and bad. But where does the other nations have to observe the Sabbath day?
Okay, so like I said, you said when now? Hold on. What
where does the other?
It's just a bunch of debate, a bunch of confusion. It's no edification. All right? Individuals don't have it. Thou shalt not unalive what does it mean really? Thou shalt not, M-U-R-D-E-R. We have unalived countless times. It's righteous kills. It's times where men unalive men, right? So you have to understand the 100% understanding of the scriptures. We were sent forth to do war. We were sent to take over these Canaanite lands. Yahawah himself told us to unalive every man, woman, and child. Okay? So you have to understand the entire point of it. Hey, we will be unaliving a lot when that time comes. You know? It's not good. I'm going to mute it. I'm going to turn it down. But I'm going to tell you individuals, it's not good for all these different minds to be together. It's no edification's sake. Okay? You got the same guys, man. These goofies. This guy, what's this dude's name? Oh, I need to go on another page. Whatever. Anyway, Big Yasharahla, Lorenzo. This dude, these guys, most of these guys, they deny elders. They have no elder. They deny the truth. They deny the understanding. Okay? So you have to watch out for these individuals. All right? And understand to discern where the truth is. Who is teaching with the 100% truth, with the confidence, with a mature way of teaching, order, civil. They're not doing things for entertainment. I'm not over here like, hey, come up. We bring this Christian up. Let's cut him. Right? No. What's the purpose of that? I'm here. I'm teaching a lesson. I'm just not here to cut Christians. Sometimes we bring people up. But hey, we test the spirit. If you can't get it off of 3 precepts, then your ass got to get gone. We not here for entertainment. This is why this live has how many people in there? It's got like over 100 people in there. But that's what happens because this world, which is wicked, full of too much dopamine, okay? It loves entertainment. All right? Kung Lao, I see you down there. You're an entertainment piece, right? You tried to come up here last time and get some entertainment, all right? So, hey, after we try a person one time, we let them go. We ain't dealing with them no more. We got to go, right? Hey, so with that being said, turn to the east, face Jerusalem. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children. Maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. The water for all the precepts, brothers. All right. As always, Kwam Yasharahla. And a ball to this wicked kingdom. May this bitch fall soon. Shalawam.